Could you talk a little bit about what going to an HBCU? Obviously, Morehouse is a special place, but being a product of an HBCU, what that has meant to your career, what that has meant to your life. Can you put that in perspective for a lot of folks out there for me, please?
Thank you, and thank you. Thank you, everyone. I learned how to be a man at Morehouse. It's a special feeling when your professors, your teachers, the faculty, the administration look like you. A lot of these large white institutions, if you're not an athlete, if you're not running up and down the court or the gridiron, they don't care about you. You get nurtured at Black institutions. And I would not be the person I am today or the artist I am today if I had not become a Morehouse man.
Thank you.
Spike,
Go ahead, Max.
to my recollection, school days, it was She's Gotta Have It, and then it was school days, and then it was Do the Right Thing, correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Right, okay. So that was a look, school days was a look at life at an HBCU, right? Like Big Brother Almighty, I still remember that. And I haven't seen it since, 1988, I think I was in 9th or 10th grade, right?
School
Spike,
days.
what did it mean to you to make that film?
School days was my 4 years at Morehouse, jam-packed in a homecoming weekend. But I have to say, I took my major across the street at Clark College, now Clark AU. Morehouse didn't have a mass communications major. So my major was across the street, and I get killed all the time when I don't mention that my major was across the street at Clark College. But it was my 4 years jam-packed in a homecoming weekend. And another thing I like to say, even today, people stop me, total strangers on the street, and said, I went to a Black school because I saw School Days.
That's right.
And that dude came out in 1988, and people still tell me that.
That's big.
And I tell you something that I think people miss as well. They don't realize that, like, a lot of times when folks watch shows like Law and Order, they see a Samuel L. Jackson. They've in a
Morehouse.
particular episode, a Giancarlo Esposito, a Tisha Campbell, and others. Excuse me, they were in your movies before there was Law and Order. They were in your movies. You were highlighting the great. You were basically profiling and really showcasing future stars in the world of Hollywood and entertainment. Could you speak to that? Because there's a lot of talent that you've put in your films, and obviously a lot of them come from HBCUs as well. Can you talk about that for a second?
Well, Do the Right Thing, that was Martin Lawrence's first film.
That's right.
Rosie Perez's first film.
Yeah.
The late, great
Ruby Davis, Ozzie Davis, all of them.
Ozzie Davis, Ruby D.
Ruby D.
Mackay Pfeiffer, Clock was his first film. Jungle Fever, that was Halle Berry's first film.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah's first film. And also John David. David Washington, the star of my film. Black Klansman, he's the Morehouse brother.
Oh, excuse me. Let me interrupt for a second here. John David Washington, the son of Denzel Washington.
Yes.
Malcolm and Marie on Netflix. Spectacular. He might win an Oscar for that. He might win an Oscar. I'm telling you right now.
Off the old block, for sure.
He better get. Let me tell you something. He ain't just Denzel Washington's son. He's John David Washington. The brother is a sensation.
Now he's his own
talent.
man. He's his own man.
He's his own man. He's a sensation. He better get nominated. At least get nominated for an Oscar. He might win one. Him and Zendaya, Max, and Malcolm and Marie. Spectacular performance. I'm sorry to digress.
I'll check it out. Spike.
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Nah,
You are a sports fan,
baby.
and we are a sports show, even though we're talking HBCU. So I want to ask you, when you see like McCord Maker choose an HBCU or Deion Sanders coach at an HBCU, what do you think that does? What are you thinking? What kind of effect do you think that has?
I think the more profile Black schools get, college universities, You know, it's a great thing. And my brother went to Howard. You know, he's like, you know, is one of the top prospects. And so we don't. I mean, they could be a trickle down effect. I'd like to say something. When Tiger was hitting, I thought that there would be a revolution of black golfers. It never happened. So I don't want to go too far out in the limb.
Okay, then listen. Because we're running out of time, I'd be remiss in neglecting to bring this up. Max was laughing at me yesterday morning, but it's not a laughing matter. The Knicks are coming, Spike Lee. I like what I'm seeing. Julius Randle dropped 44. Julius Randle's gonna be an all-star. Tom Thibodeau won 3 straight. I like what I'm seeing from the Knicks. They on the come up, Spike Lee. They on the come up.
Orange and blue skies, baby.
Talk to me about this. My Knicks are coming. Your Knicks are coming.
This is why the Knicks are no good. It's your 2 fault. Spike and Stephen A., it's your fault. It's your fault right now. This is why. They're a game under 500. You're celebrating like they won the finals, Spike. This is an outrage.
Max. My grandmother told me, who lived to be 100 years old, you have to crawl before you can walk.
That's right.
Look at our record last year at this time, and look our record now.
That's right. That's
also,
right.
Your grandma lived to be 100? Spike,
one last thing.
Grandma lived to be 100?
She put me through Morehouse NYU
I'm
grad
47. I'm 47. I haven't seen the Knicks win in my lifetime. I might live to be 100 and never see the Knicks win a championship. What are you talking about? If anything, life is too short.
Marina, May 8th, 1970 for the Willis Reed game. What? But last time, I know you got to go. I have to give a birthday shout out to the GOAT, born in Cumberland Hospital, Fort Greene, New York, right here, Michael Jordan. Happy
No doubt.
birthday, Michael. Brooklyn,
Happy birthday, MJ.
Happy birthday.
I